The Traveling Crip. A lot of people have been emailing lately thanking me for the videos I'm posting and the stories I'm sharing. A number of questions people ask me is why I travel so much. My job requires me to travel quite frequently because I work for a multi-dispersed organization. We have groups across the globe, and it requires me to spend time with a bunch of them to effectively do what I do. I could explain what I do, but my wife doesn't even really kind of understand what I do. She's only cool that there's a paycheck that comes in the bank account twice a month. So for my work, I have to travel, and traveling isn't easy for most people, especially somebody with a disability. When I travel, I bring a helper with me, and a few of you have seen the funny videos we post together because we try to entertain ourselves while we're traveling from work. So the time we spend outside of what I'm doing from work, we try to make it fun and entertaining so it's not so bad when we're both away from our wives and family. And if you're going to spend a lot of time with someone that isn't your significant other, you should try to have some kind of good time to pass the time. When I travel, it's not easy. Right now, what I've learned is, when I used to travel with my power chair, the airlines or the airport would treat my power chair like they treat your luggage. It gets thrown around, kicked around. So I got smart and started renting power chairs at every city I'd go to. So that way they'd have the power chair at the office waiting for me when I came. That saved me from worrying about whether my power chair would make it or what condition it would come when I get it. So the only challenge I have is going through security. Every time I go through security now, post 9/11 era, they really pat you down and touch you in many inappropriate ways that you really don't want anyone to touch you. But it's funny, as they're going through it, they'll be like describing in detail what they're doing. Like that descriptive audio for TV shows for blind people. They'll be like, my hand is here, it's over here. Oh, look, it disappeared. And you're like, oh my God. Now I know how puppets feel after they have a puppet show. I feel violated. But I guess since I'm usually wearing red when I go through security, I guess I'm kind of asking for it. One time they asked me if I wanted a private room, which kind of got me worried because why would we need a private room? And then I'm thinking, do I have clean enough underwear and am I manscaped enough? And I figured, you know what, to be safe whenever they do all these checks, I'd rather them do it in public. So that way if something happens, maybe I'll be a part of a Dateline exclusive. And then when I travel now, like I said, I usually bring my same helper that I've traveled with probably over the last 7 years off and on. The very first time he was on a plane was with me, and he'd never been on a plane before. So I went to him, I said, be sure to ask the stewardess where the double parachutes are. And he said, double parachutes? And I said, yeah, if the plane's going to crash, we need a double parachute because you got to strap me on your chest and jump out with the plane. And I said, if we don't have a double parachute, it won't hold the both of us. And there's only a couple per plane, so make sure you have it. And so when the stewardess comes by, he asks her, excuse me, ma'am, where's the double parachute? She's like, double parachute? He's like, yeah, if the plane goes down, I got to strap my buddy on the chest and jump out and save our lives. She looks at him, and she looks at me, and I'm like, I don't know where he gets this stuff. The journey continues.